Hey guys, Omni here. We are back for episode 6 of season 5 of Cobra Kai. The last episode just left us off in such a precarious situation. Daniel face to face with Silver as he's trying to throw in the towel, move on, make amends, admit defeat, mend bridges with Stingray, and, put this behind them after everything, just admitting defeat, surrendering. But Silver at this point is not having it. Daniel, in his eyes, has already taken things way too far, and he is not going to let that go. And he puts a hurt onto Daniel and leaves it at that. Everybody kind of uniting towards the end after hearing what had transpired is definitely where we left off. And I want to go ahead and get back into this. I had to end up taking a little bit of a break, at the halfway point. And you know what? I figured we're past the halfway point now. Might as well switch sides and rather be on the correct side at this point, supporting our team. And of course, the side facing the camera is the one that kind of rubbed off on my Miyagi-Do mug. But guys, we're going to go ahead and hop in. If you want to see the full-length reaction to this, you can check it out over on Patreon, or if you become a member of the channel, gets you access as well. Helps support the channel, helps us grow, helps us get help with the edits and all that stuff so we can do more things for you guys. You also get the same thing for all the other shows we cover here on the channel. You also get to suggest and then vote on what movies we react to each month. We got monthly Q&As, behind-the-scenes footage to try to make it worth your while since you are going out of your way to support the channel. But of course, I know not can do that, and a simple way you can help us out is just by liking, commenting, subscribing, sharing these videos, because it really does go a long way with helping the channel grow here on YouTube. With that all said and out of the way, guys, I hope you enjoy this. If it's your first time tuning in, hope you enjoy. If you do, maybe you leave a like, maybe you subscribe. Stick around because we got more coming your way. With that said, guys, let's hop into episode 6, Ouroboros. Here we go. He really is a Bond villain, man. Listen to this music, too.
Sensei Kim Dayun. Welcome to the valley. How was your flight?
Last minute. Sensei Kreese, not with you. I did not get on the plane for money.
50% is just a number. What I'm offering you is legacy. Your grandfather didn't teach American soldiers the way of the fist.
Oh, wow. Okay.
To share his style with the world.
Interesting.
I do.
We shall see.
As much as people might argue that they're shrinking the world of the Karate Kid by making everything connected, they are smartly expanding it at the same time, and I really, really dig that.
You want me to make a list of how many ways they hurt him because of this, including my own daughter? Why don't you ask Robby how much I've helped him? I never understood why Mr. Miyagi walked away from a fight, but I understand it now.
Oh, wow.
It's not our job to fight the monsters of the world. Not anymore.
This is sad, man. And I love that, we got Amanda coming around on it. We got Gianni coming around on it. It's just like where we came to where we're at.
Hi, Grandpa.
Hi, granddaughter.
I love these two. It's an unexpected pairing that I really enjoy.
Mr. LaRusso got really hurt because of us.
Well, that's one enemy gone.
Wow.
When I get out of here, I'll take care of the other.
You don't care about what happened to Mr. LaRusso?
He was a means to an end.
Is that what I am?
Of course not. You and I are the only ones who can trust each other.
Wow. Oh, she had nowhere else to go without Eagle Fang.
But remember, we're all friends here. So watch that aggression, okay?
I thought she fought perfectly.
Oh no. Shit. I thought I saw her in the trailer with Cobra Kai.
And I'm proud to say
No.
Karate is now under new management. We're thrilled to be part of the Cobra Kai family.
Thank you, Sensei Rosenthal.
It's gonna be, if there's ever another All Valley, it's just gonna be all Cobra Kai the way this is
There will
going.
be some changes. You'll be given a new sensei.
Oh, he wasn't told that.
You're replacing me, Terry? This wasn't the deal we made at Shabbat service.
I am altering the deal. That's also kind of happening because Kreese is also a snake. Coming after the snake, it's consuming itself. It's like the Sith.
Your champion stays here. I need to see who the best fighters are. You will help me test them.
I don't know why, but the tension just escalated.
No B there is one thing, but LaRusso letting Silver win?
That walking oil spill got into Daniel's head in a way I didn't think was possible.
Walking oil spill?
The Valley only has so many kids. How many new dojos can he possibly open?
Not just opening new ones. He's taking over other dojos now, too.
I'm here at Topanga Karate, welcoming them to our Cobra
This is
Kai.
ridiculous, man.
His whole MO is hiding out in the dark, waiting for us to fall into his traps. Right now, we know exactly where he is, and he's not on his home turf.
Okay, Chozen, please say something to me.
Oh, this is when they breach in.
army, not good.
Thank you.
I come with you.
It's not what I meant.
I love Amanda, man.
I love the red ones. These are my Xolos. What do you think about that, old man?
I think that's a fine idea.
Thought so.
This has got to be killing him inside, man.
One thing that really surprised me was how easy it was to get along with all the other men. Thanks, Doc. I really enjoy our time together.
Me too. You're not just sweet-talking me to get you a good recommendation, are you?
Oh, of course not. I just find these sessions so very helpful.
He's so good at this.
You didn't have to come. I can handle this myself.
Not likely. Silver, very dangerous.
You mentioned how I kicked his ass back in high school?
I robbed him while he was on date.
Oh, yeah? I pushed him down a cliff.
I fight him to death.
Oh, yeah? What are you, a ghost or something?
Daniel-san showed me mercy.
Yeah, sounds like LaRusso. Man, he was such a twerp back then.
Real pain in ass.
He never backed down from a fight, even when he should have. You know, a few months ago, I saw him take on an entire hockey team. 5-on-1, he beat them all.
Girl from Typhoon.
He took a man down with a single strike to his pressure point.
Who do you think teach him that? Really?
I love this interaction. And both of them talking good about Daniel. His two greatest rivals to a point.
Devon?
Oh no.
Here for Silver must wait for right time. Run into Dana Ryans. You will get eaten.
All right, fine, we'll wait.
I want to go to Yuji's restaurant one of these days, man.
I just got a letter from the warden, and I think something went wrong with your recommendation.
Really? It felt accurate to me.
Yeah, but you're recommending against my petition for early release. I thought we were making great strides.
John, cut the crap. You think this is my first day?
I had no other option. The court assigned me some bullshit attorney who was in way over his head.
If you want to get out early, you really need to think about why you're here in the first place.
He's got to reform. Break the
There'll
Izanami.
be plenty of time for us to dig deep.
Another snake-themed villain.
In your face!
The way of the fist means you do not hold back. You do not go easy. Is this what it means in America to be a champion? You do not accept defeat. You do not accept surrender. Your fight is if today is your last.
Oh.
Good. Strength. Determination. That is the way of the fist. Nothing less. Remember that. Class dismissed.
Proving Robby right by sticking to it.
All right, enough of this. You're sitting here sulking like a kid who got in trouble in class. I thought you were a sensei.
I am a sensei.
Then act like one.
Ooh.
I believe that deep down, you're a good man. I don't believe that you were always as violent a person.
Oh, wow.
But her death allowed me to do what I had to do.
Whatever it took to save yourself.
Ooh. Holy shit.
Don't look at me like those long-haired hippies. It was war.
Oh, but that violence followed you home.
Yeah, I read your file. After Vietnam, you became a sensei. Opened a dojo.
This is brilliant.
I taught them to be strong and turn it into power. I've had enough of this.
What an interesting choice of words.
Ooh.
You feel angry, John? At who?
The people that put me in this cage.
But you did this to yourself.
Don't be ridiculous.
Yeah, he did.
None of it is my fault.
Ooh.
I did nothing wrong.
So you don't feel any regret?
What exactly am I supposed to feel regret for?
The people you've hurt.
I wasn't trying to hurt anyone.
It looks so good!
I know you can be better than the person you've become. He's locked inside you, somewhere deep.
You just have to find them.
Damn it, why am I crying for Silver? Fuck, Kreese, shit! Oh, that was so good.
I don't think you can beat me.
Yo!
How long you trained at Kim Sang-yeon Dojo? My whole life.
2v1.
And I'm surprised to see Daniel LaRusso has healed from his injuries so quickly.
She doesn't know what he looks like.
Oh, look who's here.
She doesn't want her to join.
Chozen, you're still pretty new around here, and no offense, Johnny, but strategy isn't exactly your forte. You're more of a blunt instrument.
Thank you. He took that as a compliment.
For my Jello cup today. Let me clean them out for you. How the hell is this bag of bones in here for assault?
Oh, shit.
You don't know me very well.
That's one way they can get some top dollar action out of him since, you know, Martin Kove's got some age on him. Wow, he came at him with a shiv.
From now on, you're gonna give me your Jello. You got a problem with that? No. No, what?
No, Sensei.
What are we doing here? I thought we were heading home.
Intervention.
Amanda, I don't go in there.
You're hurting right now, but I want you to heal, and I'm right here. The night before we got married, he sat me down, poured me a cup of tea. He said to me, in life, always easier to hide head in sand. He told me you could be a bit of a handful sometimes, that you would always fight for what you believed in. And there was nothing you believed in more than your family and friends.
But what if standing up to Silver just makes things worse again? I can't fail these kids again.
You didn't fail me.
Sam and my dad told me what was going on.
But you gave me a job, and a home, and a purpose. You can't just give up.
Robby, things I did. Juvie, I was...
We need to stop Cobra Kai. But we can't do it without you. Sensei.
Dad, not everyone has someone like you to protect them and teach them. It's time that all of us join this fight. So what do you say, Dad?
I can't breathe.
We fight?
Oh, even Anthony. God damn it! So good! Ah, fuck! Ah. this episode was fucking amazing. This might be my favorite episode of the entire show at the moment. And I mean, I just watched it, so it's pretty damn high. It had everything. We got fights, we got Chozen and Gianni sharing wonderful stories about Daniel. Where was, would we have thought we got here in the beginning anytime soon? No. We're at that point that they're sharing their own stories. They're talking up Daniel. They're coming to his side. They're backing him up. So many hatchets are being buried. So many people have turned around and just kind of grown as human beings. While obviously the ones on the other end are the ones who are still stuck in their ways. And I love what they're doing with Kreese, because they kind of set that up last season when we were getting, or well, more in season 3, when we were getting his backstory. You know, he wasn't always like this. The things that he experienced, the people that he experienced made him into what he was. He was one of those people that stood up against bullies and whatnot. And maybe through this prison thing, like with him being fake and not putting up a front and trying to play the system rather than actually confront things, maybe they'll be able to, this time in there will allow him to break through that shell he's been building around himself this entire time, his entire life, since that experience in Nam. And that was beautiful, like him confronting all these different things in his past, people that he's touched and hurt, and you know, really getting to the core of himself and how he put himself in this situation. And, you know, to not be ashamed of that either, you know, so he's not being fake. You know, he's not playing the good guy. He's going to play himself. And I think that's going to be the tactic to get out of there. And it's not even a tactic. It's what he needs to learn. He needs to discover the destructive nature of his existence that has been caused by the path he's been set on. Like the de-aged Gianni, that was brilliant. And it looked really good. Aside from, until he started talking a little bit, they kept him in shadow, so it did help a little bit. But as with most deep fakes or de-aging, once you start talking, it gets a little rough. But that was really good, especially for this show. The fight sequences when Chozen and Gianni showed up was strong. Gianni, like, cause wow, William Zabka is one of the most athletic adults in this, and he's always able to keep par. They did have stunt doubles in that, and they did cut around them for both him and Chozen, but they both did really good in this. But generally speaking, if Johnny's in a fight, it's usually going to be pretty strong, because out of everybody in the adult cast, he's one of the more athletically charged individuals. And I like that they always get the time to have that shine. The fight with Devon and Tory, and again, kind of having her own Keene moment by unintentionally inviting and inspiring Devon to further commit down this path after being defeated, because she's one of those people that, you know, she'll grit her teeth, she might wince, she might whine a little bit at first, but she will suck it up and come back. She won't quit. That's one thing we've learned in the short time we've experienced Devon. And I think Tory was trying and hoping that she would be discouraged, but no, now she's got this person in that wants to learn more from Cobra Kai and wants to learn more from Tory subsequently. And now I think this is where we start to see, because she doesn't want to be there. She's only there to help bring Silver down for Kreese as his little soldier. And I think this is going to give her her Keene moment, or at least build to that. If she starts to see Devon get corrupted, or at least maybe try to see like the dark side corrupting her again, as this series has like a very Star Warsian feel to it, she's gonna, and like we already saw earlier in the season where Robby tried to relate to her and kind of express this to her himself, and she just couldn't connect it yet. But I like that she feels some remorse for what they did led to Daniel getting his ass kicked, to getting in this situation. And I just like that everybody's individual journeys have gotten them to this point to even back Daniel. Like, Daniel has been leading this charge the entire time. He's always seen the enemy. He's always, like, as they said, fought for who he's, you know, even when he probably shouldn't be fighting, fights for what he thinks is right. And, you know, everybody else, when he's finally faltering, has rallied behind him. Two of his biggest rivals, one guy that literally tried to kill him, and the guy that just made his high school years hell, are both here by his bedside, at his home, with his wife, with his kids, trying to inspire him to move forward. And they talk about, you know, some bad stuff has happened as a result of this, but there are lessons that are important and ingrained that he has passed on, that Gianni and Chozen have passed on to these kids, that will carry and echo on through the rest of their lives. And that's something also Kreese is trying to do as well. That's what he's always been trying to do, but maybe going about it the wrong way. The way that Terry himself is keeping going forward. Terry is like the... What's the word I'm looking for here? What's a good comparison? Terry is the monster that he created that he can no longer control. He's the result of pretty much all of that. Terry was helpless. Terry was weak. Terry was the bullied. He was all those things that Kreese wanted to reinforce, and he built Terry. But he can't control Terry anymore. Terry has grown beyond him, and he's just running loose, infecting, consuming, assimilating everything around him. The fact that he's buying out a lot of these other dojos that we've seen in the past and just eradicating it all. It's almost like he's a karate Borg of all things. It's just really interesting. And then just the emotional depths, you know, Amanda experiencing and recounting and walking Daniel through this, again, supporting him through all of this, and from her own little journey and insight into the whole Terry Silver situation with her sister, and going down this road and just kind of pointing him and steering him, and then bringing Robby and his daughter on board, both people who he thought he had failed, coming back around to his side. The Robby moment, that was so important for him to see. That was one of his biggest failures that he's been carrying around since season 3. And that was great. And then for them to have had called everybody and been there, it was, in a way, I wasn't too far off calling it an intervention, because it kind of was. And my God, it was so emotional. At least for me, because I relate to so much that's in this show, man. I've been that Miguel. I've been and felt like Robby. I have been these kids. Eli. I was going to say Gianni, but that's the actor. What's his name? What about Demetri? Like, I've, at one point or another, felt like these kids. I've felt like Sam. I even still feel like this Sam most times, where I really am, like, my identity. Sometimes I'm just not sure of who I am, you know? I'll just be honest with you guys. Then on top of that, we had that moment between Devon and Tory where, you know, Devon lost her mom to cancer, and Tory, I guess by that conversation, we can only allude and assume that she's losing her mom to cancer. And my mom, and I've talked about this here and there on the channel before, is a survivor. But the lengths it took to survive that was damaging. And, you know, she's not going to have the longevity that anybody else is going to have. And that's unfortunately the truth I have to live with. But I do have the luxury, privilege thereof to have more time with her, because they're like 20 years ago, there could have been a chance where I just wouldn't have. So that hit me. And then the Bond villain opening to the beginning of this, to him bringing in this league of senseis from his former master and bringing them in like his granddaughter of that said master into this whole mix is interesting. This episode was really well done. just because it just built off of all the characters in a great way and pushed them forward. God, I don't know, man. Emotionally, I don't know how they top this. I really don't. But we'll have to find out. Guys, what did you think of the episode? What are your thoughts on everything that's transpired? Sound off the comments. Let me know your thoughts down below. We'll carry on the conversation after the video. Feel free to join our Discord. We talk about it there as well. Links to that and all my socials down below. Remember, if you want to see the full-length reaction to this or any of the previous episodes, those are on Patreon, or if you become a member of the channel, get you access as well. Before we go, I want to shout out to channel legends, Mandy Sherritt, Ryan, Karen, Jason Coleman, Philly Vane, Yori, Corey Scott, Margaret Grace, Mary Bradley, Melito, Robert Anguiano, and Raven McGann. Thank you guys so much for your continued support. But that's it for this episode, guys, and I'll see you all in the next one. Cobra Kai never dies. Take care, everybody.